Check out the link in my bio to sign up for the October challenge with Team LASHAE with the trainer Kiara LASHAE. You guys go to the website and get what you need. Also, don't forget about TLC products. The tea and definitely the NutriBurst are A plus as far as I'm concerned. So go ahead and get down below in that description box and check it all out.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Real Housewives of Potomac review, y'all. Okay. Child, this show is a hot mess. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the girls had dinner. That's where the episode starts off. The dinner went well. It was like some crabs and stuff. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. We're gonna go back to the house. We can get into some comfy clothes, and then we're gonna go outside in front of the fire pit, okay, and have roasted marshmallows and have a good time. This is right up my alley. I love this type of shit, okay? When they get back to the house, there's a huge wasp in the house. Whenever there are big houses in the country, you can always find big wasps and big ants. I don't know what that's about, but just a fact of life, okay? So Candace and Ashley tried to kill it, but it was really a team effort because Karen had to stop it with a Milano Blahnik in order for it to actually be killed, okay? And then, right as everybody is going outside so that they can partake in the fire pit, Giselle and Candace decide this is the time that they want to talk to Ashley privately about the information they got on Michael being in a club, looking for somebody to take back to a hotel, and screaming very loudly about having a wife and a boyfriend, okay? All of this was in the text messages that Candace received, okay? Now, Monique felt some type of way about the fact that they were not a part of the bonfire or camp out, child, whatever. They wasn't a part of that. They were inside waiting on Ashley, and they were in there for about an hour, and Monique comes back in before Ashley comes down to look for graham crackers. Takes a long time, seems to really be annoying Giselle and them. Giselle's like, she's a stalker, and you can tell her I said that. I was like, y'all are so messy, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now that if everybody comes to my house and you're in a common area talking, and I'm like, oh, what y'all talking about? And y'all look at me like I ain't supposed to be a part of the conversation. I'm going to be like, bitch, you know this is my house, right? That would have annoyed me, that there's a conversation taking place in my house that I'm not privy to. That would aggravate me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I probably would roll my eyes and go on about my day, go drink, go smoke, and go back outside. I don't really like, see, okay, I don't understand why Monique cared, because she doesn't like Giselle or Candace. Not really. And I think the reason why is because she thought that maybe they were about to talk mess about her and her marriage in her house. And so she wanted to really know what was going on. I think that might have been what was going on, because, you know, we have all these underlying issues going on this season. Either way, Ashley comes down and Giselle, you know, explains that Candace got some text messages from a good friend of hers. You know, show her the text messages. She doesn't want you to be upset with her. She's not trying to be messy. That's why we're not doing it in front of the other girls. Ashley reads the text messages, you know, and she was very calm about it. You know what I mean? And I think it's because, y'all, I think at this point we all know Ashley is expecting baby number 2. And I believe she's kind of like in an open marriage with Michael. Michael is allowed to do whatever Michael feels necessary to do, but keep it to a minimum and don't give me no STDs and don't have no outside babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it cute. That's all we're asking. But I believe that they have some type of arrangement, but I don't think Ashley likes when things get back to the cast. I don't think that she's at a point where that's cool for her, because they're always going to bring it back to her and it's going to be drama. Now, this could be something that they had set up to bring back to the show with the bullshit for a storyline, because that is very plausible. But at the same time, I still feel like, based on everything we know about Michael, he probably is, you know, doing him, and they're in somewhat of an open relationship, and Ashley is fine with it. And, you know, she may have done whatever she wants to do with other people as well, based off what we heard in that preview to next week's episode. So, you know, it is what it is at this point. Nobody's about to go in on Michael for whatever he's doing, and I'm not going to go in on Ashley for whatever she's doing. I don't think anybody needs to be, you know, went in on at this point, okay? Candace was trying to keep the newfound relationship between she and Ashley in mind when all this mess was coming to her. At the end of the day, we're still doing a show. But Ashley actually was happy with the way that Candace handled the situation. They respect each other. They're still in a good place. She's going to talk to Michael. They don't need to know what transpires after that, but they just wanted her to know because they don't want her to go home and not know what's going on, especially if it ends up coming out on the blogs because of somebody else who was in that club that night, you know, and you end up being blindsided and we knew about it. We could have gave you a heads up. So I do understand them giving her the heads up and feel like that's probably what you should do, especially in a situation where we need drama for this dry ass trip we on right now. Oh, okay. When they finally finish the conversation and go back outside, you know, to the fire, Monique is making little comments about it. You know, oh, y'all finally coming out after we done did all the work, which honestly I felt like was more so, you know, playful than serious at that moment, okay? Because everybody's drinking and having a good time. Giselle has her event to go to the next day, so she's leaving early. So her and Robin walk back to their house. After a while, Ashley goes upstairs to go to sleep because she's tired. She was, you know, dealing with the baby all day. Wendy, Karen, Candace, and Monique go and finish a bottle of Fireball down at the bar, okay? She has a bar, it seems like on the lower level of the house. It's a 3-level house, y'all. 3 balconies, 3 levels. I was like, God damn, that shit look nice. Like, when they showed that shot from the pool in the back and it was all lit up, I was like, damn, Monique, when you gonna invite me to one of these houses, girl? I'm not like the rest of them. I ain't got no baby to bring, and you know, I love me a monogram robe. I'm here for the good time. I can keep to an itinerary. You know, just don't be asking me to get up too early in the morning every damn day. I'll do it once or twice because I love to take good pictures early in the morning, okay? That's one of my favorite things to do is go out on the lake somewhere where I can get a nice, good, you know, sunrise shot somewhere out, you know, about 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I will do this, okay? So I'm not opposed. But, you know, at the same time, if I'm going on a trip, it's kind of sort of a vacation. I don't need nobody holding me by no damn strict-ass itinerary. I'm just saying. But either way, the girls go down by the bar, and Karen is talking about how Ray has put a lot of stresses on their relationship. You know, she was by his side. She held him down. She gave him half of the money for the tax situation. Okay, she helped him, and now she wants her just due. She wants a receipt. She wants a receipt on her investment. And it's not that she wants the money back, but she wants him to support her in the same way she feels she has supported him over all these years. Y'all know, creating issues where there are none. But she had to let us know that, you know, I don't smoke because Monique and Candace was, you know, smoking the little CBD joints or whatever. And Karen was like, and I don't smoke, no, I don't do any of that. No, okay, this looks the way it does. It's all natural. I look the way I do because I don't partake in any of that. Okay, and I'm just kind of like, child, say what you will, but CBD and weed are better than alcohol. If anything makes a woman look old, it's an excessive amount of alcohol. As she drinks down a quarter of this bottle herself. My shit is moist. My shit is moist. The next morning, Chris gets there first, okay, so he can get all set up with Monique, and she got the bird on her shoulder. Child, Karen was up early that morning. For somebody who was getting slaughtered the night before, she was up kind of early. At breakfast, once all the other ladies come down, oh yeah, Wine is not gonna be there, but are we surprised? Wine don't never really be a part of these things, okay? Like, child, wasn't nobody surprised when they said Wine wasn't gonna be there. So at breakfast, Karen brings up Giselle having a lot of sidebars, okay? Yeah, I did notice that Giselle had a lot of sidebars while we've been on this trip. And I feel like Karen was instigating fights this entire episode, and I don't think people were really clocking it. Like, I feel like her bringing up, you know, this little part right here with the sidebars, this was messy because this got Monique all riled up about how they spent that hour inside while everybody else was outside taking part of the fire. And Ashley says, well, look, they were trying to explain something to me about Michael, okay, and they didn't want to tell me in front of all the other ladies. Well, now Monique is upset that Candace is being messy and talking about other people's marriages. And I think it's obvious that Candace was not trying to be messy. And she was not trying to talk about anybody's marriage. But she got the tea and she felt the need to disseminate said tea. Okay, Monique, we all know that you were a little touchy about this because of what you said the girls was doing behind your back about you and your husband. Okay, I don't know why you just didn't say that. Okay, I don't know. I mean, look. At the end of the day, I realized y'all were trying not to give fuel to this fire, but ultimately it's been brought up so many times, you might as well have said right then and there to Candace, first you're talking about my marriage and my husband, now you're talking about Ashley's, but it would still have been you putting all your anger out on her when some of that should have definitely been, and not most of it, should have definitely been going in Giselle's direction, because Giselle is the one that's bringing all of this back. She's the first person that said what it really was on the show in the first place. So I'm kind of annoyed with Monique at this point that more of her anger is not towards Giselle and it's all towards Candace. You know, and I understand that you felt she was more of a friend to you. Then just say what it is. But all of this passive aggressive, you know, let's be nice, but really we beefed out. Like, I couldn't do all of this. I couldn't be in your face and not just have the conversation. I don't understand why Candace and Monique couldn't take any time throughout this entire damn trip to have a conversation about whatever the hell their issues are. Especially that night that they sat next to each other getting messed up and sharing a joint. Like, what is the problem? Robin says, let's not blame Candace. She seems like she was being sincere, okay? And she also clocks that Monique just don't want people talking about her marriage. Wendy's husband and Chris get there around the same time. And Robin asks Wendy's husband if she has a hard time apologizing when she's wrong. And he says, yes, but she's never wrong. I was like, that was a good one. Catch it, okay? Catch it. All right, it's always important to be on your wife's side in public, okay? You can reprimand her in private, but in public, please, please support your wife. When Karen comes out, Robin mentions, you know, all the fireball drinking they were doing. And she was like, Robin, what are you talking about, Robin? What are you talking about? Like, it was like, see what I'm talking about, Wendy? All of that fake phony shit. She knows she got fucked up last night. Why she acting like she don't know what I'm talking about? Then Karen says that, you know what, I really want to get a fire pit in my backyard. It was so nice, Monique. And I was like, and there she is. Bringing it up again, the damn fire pit. That's why I really wanted you guys to be there when we were doing it, because it is so nice. And, you know, at this point, Candace is like, I apologized earlier. I was not trying to disrupt, you know, your plans or anything like that. But, you know, let's not make it seem like it's about the fact that they didn't take part in the fire pit, okay? Chill the hell out. We've all been around a fire pit before. You know, it's not a big deal. This is a trip. If somebody wanted to go back to their room to go to sleep while y'all was doing all of that, that was their prerogative, and that shouldn't have been a big deal. This is really about the fact that Monique and Candace are going to not deal with their issue until it turns into a fist fight, which is so stupid to me. So stupid. Monique says that she would have liked a heads up about the fact that the women weren't going to be involved and they were going to have to talk to Ashley. And Candace says it wasn't anybody else's business, which is why they didn't feel like she needed to be given a heads up. And also, don't be acting like you're going to do something for me for my birthday, you know, after I didn't, you know, accommodated y'all in my house. Don't sit up here and act like, you know, you was about to do something for me. Also, y'all can talk about Ashley and her marriage and then lie to me about it. I kind of understood it from that standpoint, but still way too much energy to something that don't even matter. And Monique says that it's about being considerate. And I was like, well, it would have been considerate if you would have extended that invitation to bring the baby to our girl Wendy over here, but you didn't. So I'm just saying, I think we can give each other a break on being considerate when it falls through the cracks, Monique. Monique is just really upset about the underlying issue, and I don't like the fact that it makes her look crazy. Like, I know that that's not what's going on, but it makes her look crazy at the fact that this cannot be brought up right now. Robin says it seems like you wanted to control every aspect of this trip. And then Robin and Wendy talk about how batshit crazy Monique is acting about this situation. I mean, it might be a control thing. It also might be I'm putting my frustration out on Candace because I can't put it out on my husband, or, you know, because I can't put it out on Giselle or whatever. But I think it's funny that Wendy was the one, you know, trying to remind her, you know, that you might be putting your energy in the wrong place, just the way she did with Wendy at the beginning of this trip. When she walks away, Wendy says that it's really because her and Candace got all these, you know, all these issues under the surface. So Giselle wins her award for her book about her divorce and her heartache with Jamal. And now her and Jamal are back together, even though we can't tell. So Karen's husband, Ray, gets there. And she was like, oh, I miss you so much, Ray. And he was like, why? It's only been 2 days. Like, it ain't been that long. Oh, Lord. Later on, Karen gets a little dizzy, okay? And this is when all that liquor she drunk the night before is starting to show up, okay? But Wendy and her husband tell everybody how they met, and also how because her mom is like a chief in Nigeria, in their tribe, his mom did not like her. So they beefed. And she couldn't really handle the fact that Wendy's mom was a chief, and so she didn't want anybody to attend their wedding. She didn't want them to get married. They got married anyway. And basically, his side of the family have not seen their children, have not been in their life in any capacity since they got married. And that is so stupid. You have not seen all of your grandchildren, all because you mad because a woman you don't like daughter fell in love with your son. Like, does it even matter what the hell you and his mama got going on? You have not seen your grandchildren. That's a good enough, a beef with some lady is a good enough reason to not see your own damn grandchildren. That's crazy as hell to me. That is crazy as hell to me. And then they play a little game where the husbands imitate the wives. Okay, the two standouts were Chris getting on his knees to act as if he was going to give fellatio. So that's Monique. Monique is always giving him head. That's all he's ever talking about. And even though, you know, I guess that's a good thing to still be, you know, about sex in your marriage, it just still kind of was like, damn, that's your imitation of Monique, her getting on her knees to put your Johnson in her mouth. Like, damn, I need some... Child, I might need lessons if that's all he, you know, it can imitate about you. God damn. Oh, Lord. Anyway, y'all. So then Candace's Chris does, you know, I miss USA. Oh, it's so nice to meet you. Oh, I'm so nice to everyone. And then the switch happens. And what are you doing? Get out of my house. I'll stab you with a butter knife. And I thought that was hilarious because that's so true. And everybody was able to get a cackle out of that. Even the one who the butter knife was thrown at, Ashley. Okay, so everybody gets their stuff and they're leaving. And Monique and Chris are downstairs. And you can tell that she's tired. Like, it's whenever you house sit for people, by the time everybody is going home, you all wore out. Okay, so at this point she's passing out on a couch when Candace is telling her bye. But all throughout that day, like when they were leaving, when Ashley was leaving, when Wendy was leaving, when Karen was leaving, like she was on the sofa barely staying awake, you know. And when Candace leaves, you know, she's like, all right, bye Monique, and Monique is asleep. So she kind of was like, child, whatever. Like she was purposefully ignoring her and not saying goodbye. And I just don't think that's true. I just think that when you have people at your house and all of that going on, you be tired. Probably have mimosas and all of that. Child, I'm a little tipsy, a little drunk, and I'm tired. Shit, I'm asleep. I'll see you next week. It ain't that, you know, big of a deal. So the next day, we hear Ashley and Michael on the phone having a contentious conversation about, you know, whatever their plans are for the day. She's like, please don't tell me again. You know, obviously they've been arguing. Okay, and she explains that the day before she had a conversation with Michael about the text messages, and he said that he did get a little too cozy with a woman in the bar, and he apologized for that, and they got into an argument about it, and he slept in the baby's room and she slept alone. Okay, that was that. The next day it comes out in the blogs that he was in a hotel with a woman, so it's more than what Ashley told us in the confessional, because there's a picture of him standing there with just his underwear on, you know, and I'm sure it wasn't Ashley that took the picture. We don't know who it was that took the picture, but, you know, it looks suspect. And then there was a picture with him, you know, at a casino table of some type with a woman. I mean, it didn't look too compromising, but all of it together looks like Michael was having a little bit too much fun while Ashley was out of town with the baby, you know, which is probably why he wanted her to take the baby, so he wouldn't have to be responsible for the baby in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, we'll see more about whatever is going down in Potomac. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.